Okay, so hi, I'm Nicole, and welcome to my speed build. Uh, the reason it's not sped up right now, in fact, it's actually slowed down, is because I'm just showing you around a build that I'd already started, and I didn't know that I wanted to record. So I started the build and then thought, hey, it seems really cool, and I wanted to test out this video making habit. I mean, hobby, not habit. So yeah, here we are. So this is like the little build that I'd started. There's not much to it. So yeah, I'm gonna just get into it, I guess. So what I'm trying to do here is build a little apartment building with 2 units, 1-bedroom units. So here I go. I start with building like the lobby or like the upstairs front area, and I want to put in like a balcony, like a shared balcony. So that's what I'm doing here. And I've already built in this neighborhood a bit, like just within my game, so I'm kind of sticking to the same architectural stuff as like this as the other buildings in the area. So here I fail a few times at building that. And so yeah, I'm sticking to like this, basically like what I mean by that is like a silver, like a gray modern brick scheme. So yeah, with big windows. And yeah, so here I'm just trying to like find the right window I want to put in, because the sizing wasn't working out for me I put these in for a bit, but I think I take them out later. I don't actually remember what I find, but we'll see later. So here I'm putting the siding on, or whatever it's called, I don't know. And yeah, here I come back and change it a little bit, and then now I'm adding in like the stuff that I like, the walls that match like this little neighborhood I've built of little complexes. Like in the far right you can see built apartment buildings that are like bottom level. So here I'm like adding in different colors, but I realized that I don't really want to do that. I want to stick to like this gray scheme, because I thought it might have been a residence building, which like for university, which would have maybe like school colors, but I decided against it. So here I'm adding like this little balcony nook, and I'm cutting the eaves so that it looks nice. And yeah, so I'm not very good at roofs, so that's pretty much all I do with roofs. So here I think I finally decide on these windows, which I think look nice. They fit with like the vertical window theme, but they're a little smaller, so that's exactly what I wanted, kind of. Yeah. So now I'm just like decorating the outside of the house. I want to go with very, like, as you can see from like the houses on the sides, like I'm doing a lot of outdoor landscaping with like flowers and shrubs and whatever I can find. So that's what I'm doing here. And then here I play a little game with myself to how long it takes for me to have to use BB's dot move objects, and I just had to use it for that shrub there. So it took just that long. Thanks EA or whatever. So here I'm gonna add some like outdoor architecture. Like I feel like this is gonna be like more of like a nicer apartment complex, like a bachelor complex. So I'm adding some agaves or something, I think they're called. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. And these little cute succulents, I'm gonna say again, but I'm probably wrong. Sorry. And it looks a little barren now, but I think I add in some fences and it looks a little better. But yeah, and I sized that down to make it look a little cuter. Oh, and here I go and add some landscaping and this like ground patterns, and here I add in the fences that I was talking about, and I stick with like that silver gray scheme, and I think it like ties it. Here I mess up a little bit, and here I did this on purpose because I wanted to add in, see, I'm using bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects, so that I can find, and then I go down here to the search bar and I type in debug to find the cars. So there are the cars. I try to find one that kind of like that would fit these tenants, and I decide finally on I try to just see like if these are even different colors, but I don't think they were, but I picked this one, and I thought it matched a little bit. And they don't really give us driveways. Sims 4 does not give us driveways, which makes me super sad, but I try my best to do with what I've got. So that's my attempt at a little driveway. And here I'm adding just like some seating, so that if it's like a nice day, like it looks like now, I think it's actually winter in my game, but when you go into build, it like shows as spring. And here I put in like a big grass, but like a little sapling of whatever, of a birch tree or a beech tree, or I think it's a birch tree, but it might be a beech tree, I don't know. Yeah, and then so yeah, I'm just like decorating outside. I think I'm gonna add in like more of the fencing with the shrubberies. And yeah, I love doing this as fencing. I think it just like, I think I would want it in real life, like as a double layer of like privacy that isn't like a strict fence, but it's like also like really pretty and like wildlife and like, yeah. So I'm just like decorating outside, and I'm adding in the mailboxes. I'm adding in 2, and I don't actually even know if these work, like if like the shrubbery's like interrupting any of its mailbox actions, but I didn't find out. Yeah, and now I'm just like adding in this stuff, like the mulch or whatever, to make it all look, better. And I'm cleaning up the backyard, and I'm gonna add a fence in later. I'm gonna, starting on a fence, like a fence gate. A gate is what I mean. So I'm adding in some posts, and those are like some of my favorite posts. I think they're from the Get Famous expansion. I don't know. But yeah. I'm like, ugh. Flowers. I wish there were so many more flowers. Like, it's kind of devastating how few options there are. And yeah, I kind of fool around with these like animals. I wish there were more. I love them so much, but I don't really find that many uses for them. And I usually size them down because they're a little intense as their regular size. But I'm just adding in more like shrubberies and stuff, like the eventual windows that will go in on both sides. And here I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit because I'm just adding in more bushes basically. Okay, so here I go inside, and I'm trying to, because I want to do windows next, I want to decide first like the indoor floor plan, because then I'll put windows in where it makes sense. And here I'm fooling around with the bathroom placement, and I'm putting it on the inside for some reason, which I do here, but then I fix it because I want the bathroom to have a window. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting in, I think I'm going to put the kitchen there, with the living room, and then the bathroom, and then the bedroom at the back. And yeah, so here I decide to put the window, or put the bathroom there so that I can have a window. And then I'm gonna match on the other side because I feel like in an apartment it's cool if the floor plans match. So here I'm gonna fool around with some windows. So I know that I like the vertical look, and I know that when I do the indoor build, I'm going to add like a ton of drapery in, because I love doing draperies inside, and curtains and stuff. And I want it to match like the vertical window scheme that's going on. So that's what I'm doing. And then I decide that I want more outdoor space, so I'm going to add in like a private balcony for the bedrooms, or with bedroom access rather. But you'll see that I still like do a little bit of privacy for them, even though they have like the balcony right next to each other, because they're still separate units. I don't want them to have a shared balcony, especially because it's off their bedrooms. So I do like a little bit of a split for privacy. I'm trying to just, decide how to do this best here. And I decided that I don't want this. Like, I thought for a while maybe it was good, but I thought maybe I could do like 2 levels, but it didn't work. So I think I just went with like the same as the outsides, but then I added some other stuff in. Yeah, I did the same level, and then I looked here to find some like wall separators, because I thought those would be cool. And this one I thought might be cool, but they didn't have any like white ones that I liked, and I didn't want to add like a harsh black to the bright balconies. So, but I decided that the one on like the unit that I'm editing right there on the left, like, is going to be more of like a bougie kind of unit, so I add that sculpture in, just knowing, and then that also helps me because it helps me start to define like when I pick floors and walls inside, I like know what I'm going to build already. So and then I start to define the outside of this other unit on the right with some like CC, but it's I don't know, just I think a little bit more like pretty and pretty, and then versus like the black on the other apartment balcony's floor. And here I'm just adding in eaves catchers, or whatever they're called. I don't know why. I just like doing that on most of my builds. So now I'm going to define the lobby, and I end up creating this space that's it looks like it's just a big open space now, and I wanted to make it a little bit more like safe space, like more of like a residence, I guess, because it would have like some extra room. And you'll see what I mean in a second. I get that that's kind of unclear, but basically I just separate some rooms and then create some purpose for those rooms that will be eventually shared space for both the eventual tenants. And here I'm just adding pot lights everywhere because I'm realizing I'm building in the dark and I don't like doing that, and I use these root lights and I make them small and put them everywhere. And here I struggled for a surprising while, with placing this outdoor light and raising it to the level of like the roof and trying to make it right. I do this one, but then I realized that I want the longer length of the light, so it takes just a little while. And then I place it wrong, and then I have to place it again. It kind of drove me just as crazy as it is right now watching this. But I think finally it's done, yes. And then I changed the color to match better. yeah, and I'm really liking that car on the like little driveway. I think that's really cool. So yeah, now I'm putting some finishing touches on the outside, some lights, but and then I add these pot lights. Yeah, so I speed right through these pot lights, not in real life, just in this build. Yeah, in real life it took a long time, and I don't know why I did it, but I don't even know if I like it, but I definitely did do it. And then I add these lights, I check it out at night. You know, I think it looks cute. You know, I hate that I can't put sidewalks all the way to the sidewalk, but I make do. Yeah, and so yeah, I think I'm finally done with the outside. Well, I might go back later, who knows. But I put in these fancy tiles again, and I want to match like the downstairs pattern, and now I'm picking the door, and I want it to be something nice. Oh, and I finally found out the button that lets you do that, and it's like on your number pad, it's the plus and minus button to like, and that lets you like scroll through swatches. Just whoever needs to hear that, there it is, because I've been playing Sims for way too long for me to not know it. So yeah, okay, so here I'm starting to finally like work on the inside, and I want to know, or I'm trying to find out, like, do I want to put the washroom door inside the bedroom or outside? And I think I finally decided to put it outside, because I'm like, what if I have a guest? And I like never have a guest in Sims, but I like always think that when I'm doing builds. So yeah, and I'm feeling like the kitchens will be pretty similar within each of the units, but like with the wood in the living room, I went a little unique, and I feel like this unit on the left that I'm working on now is gonna have this like beautiful herringbone like pattern, and then the more bougie unit on the other side is gonna have just like the black, the plain black, like hardwood or whatever. And they give her like I'm gendering it bad, but basically I'm just like putting in, I think it's pretty, like, you know, pretty tiles and stuff, whereas here it's more of just like a classic like dark grayish blue tile bathroom, and then I put more of like a classic, I don't know, stark, not soft design for the other room. And then I work down here, and this is when I'm like, okay, what am I gonna, if this is gonna be one big space, what the hell am I gonna do with it? And then I'm like, yeah, I can't actually do that. So I switch it around and do this and open it up. And yeah, so I put in like these gray archways, and then I start to define the spaces, and I think I'm gonna do a gym on this side, that they'll have, just like the tenants will have space access to, and I put in like a, I don't know, soundproof looking wall, and then these looks like soft comfy tiles for the ground, and then I spruce up this little entryway with some flowers, and I think some seats, and I just make it like a little comfy. I might even add an intercom in later, except we don't have an intercom. What I mean is, like, I put in like a plaque and I pretend it's an intercom, but once again, thanks EA. So yeah, so I'm putting in like some more decorations just to make it, and I'm using this little plus minus button function, switching button function thing again. And I'm just doing some finishing touches. I feel like I really like these for like decorations, so I'm putting in those. And just in like the common space, I'm not decorating any of the personal space yet. And I finally realized that I don't have a railing in this room. And this is what I mean by plaques. I put in like plaques everywhere and be like, this is this person's room, and this is it, or unit, and this is the other person's unit. And then I put in some nice, I think flowers. Yeah, some nice flowers just as decoration. And then I start to decorate the outside little nook that is gonna be like, it's public space. It's like to both tenants. But it's gonna be like in addition to like the backyard space. And then they each have private balconies, right? So I think it'd be cute. Yeah. And I'm trying to make it cozy and put this thing. I have no idea how to use it. I tried to use it for music once, didn't work. The trivia, and I didn't get it, and like I kept having a negative red relationship with the speaker, and I was like, how do I fix this? So I just stopped using it, but I put it out there. And inside I finally realized, like I said, I forgot the railings, so there it is. And there's the house. That's all I did so far. Next I'll do like the interior design aspect of all the rooms. And if you liked this, then stay tuned for my next video. Thanks. Have a great day and smile. Yeah. Okay. Bye.